What's up, H-Town? I am Stu Holden, and I am excited to be back home and take you through this historic day. Now, y'all know that Houston is my hometown, and it is still close to my heart. I grew up in this city, and I was lucky enough to help win not one, but 2 MLS Cups here. This is an exciting day for me, as I'm going to take you through this special and historic announcement for this club. On April 2nd, 2006, the Houston Dynamo were only a team of guys playing at a college football stadium. We didn't have our own locker room. We parked in the student parking lot. We shared time on the training field with the Houston Cougar Band. Now we are so much more than that. 2 teams, an academy, a stadium, a practice facility, members, supporters. We are a family and we are a club. And to talk a little bit more about that is Club President John Walker, who joins me now. John, thank you for having me. Great to see you.
Thank you, Stu. And thank you for coming home to help us step into this new chapter. We're really excited to be taking all of those things that you mentioned, the men's first team, the women's first team, Houston Sports Park, BBVA Stadium, all of our supporters, members, into the next chapter of soccer in Houston. This is something that the club has been working on since even before I arrived in 2018. And today is the culmination of a lot of hard work, exploring the soccer landscape, talking to our fans, looking at other clubs from around the world, especially those in the leagues that we are a part of. This is a huge step for this club and this city that we so passionately represent. We are Houston, and we are really excited for what everyone is about to see.
Now, I'm really excited, but the one thing that I've been nervous about, that you please just help me with this, we're going to keep the orange, right?
I don't want to spoil anything, Stu, but...
All right, John, well, let's stop this scripted rigmarole and let's get right to it. The future of our club, our family. Let's hold it down, H-Town.
We are a city of champions, heart and hustle, united by a principle. Hold it down. As seasons unfolded, the team became a club. We stand fierce at home and meet challenges beyond. Our history set the standard, but our ambition is limitless. Our character is rooted in the streets and bayous of our beloved H-Town. Edo and Midtown, 3rd Ward and the Heights, Northside and Buffalo Bayou. This city creates new heroes inspired by legends, names that will live forever orange. Houston, we grind like this, to shine like that. These are our colors, Houston's vibrant energy, our grit and our hustle, and the shine of H-Town. Hold it down for Houston Dash. Hold it down for Houston Dynamo FC.
All right, that was really, really cool. Not just the Dynamo, but the Dash as well. A new look and an update to the name, but still forever orange. And it even looks pretty cool on this jacket. That's the bonus of hosting these things. You get some pretty cool swag. Now, a lot of changes to what we just saw with the Houston Dynamo and the Houston Dash were for the past 15 and 7 seasons, respectively. While you digest that amazing video, I'm going to talk to John a little bit more about what we just saw. John, I'm going to start with the thing that I think people are going to talk the most about, which is the football club. FC has been added to the Houston Dynamo, something we've seen a lot in MLS recently. Why did you feel and the club feel that that was an important part of the brand?
Yeah, Stu, great question. And you know, throughout this whole process, we talked to fans, we talked to supporters, we talked to everybody in town that we could about what the club, the brand and what really resonates. And the Dynamo is what kept coming up. It's such an iconic name. It fits with Houston's energy and the energy that the clubs bring to the pitch every time they play. But we've become just more than the first team here in the last 15 years. Adding FC represents how we've grown and evolved since 2006. When we won our first MLS Cup, 2007, second MLS Cup. Also the first team has been in the MLS Cup finals, twice, 2011 and 2012, and won the US Open Cup in 2018. So, that club has really represented the city very well. But we're more than the Dynamo now. We're more than the men's first team. We're the Dash, who joined the club in 2014 as a member of the NWSL. And although it took them a few years to win their first championship, this summer they won the Challenge Cup in Salt Lake City on what was really a magical run, and just really showcased the stars that we have on that club, with Rachel Daly, Jane Campbell, Shea Groom from Texas A&M, Christy Mewis. They all came together and played a really exciting brand of soccer under James Clarkson's leadership, and just showed how fun that squad can be. But we're also the Dynamo Academy. We refer to it as having a culture of development, and building players for the first team like Memo Rodriguez, Eric McHugh, Marcelo Palomino, and future stars like Danny Rios and Juan Castilla. That pipeline really wasn't available to us, since the beginning. That's kind of grown here in the last few years, but it's a big part of our future.
That's a great point. The Dynamo Academy is something I wish I had growing up in the city of Houston, but I was still lucky enough to be able to play for my hometown team. And aside from maturing into a true football club, obviously the badge changes for both teams in the club now. The logo leaked a while back. How did that change your plans when it came to all of this?
Stu, not very much at all. That was unfortunate that it happened. But it's never been just about the logo, right? Or adding the FC. That's not very impactful in and of itself. Fans want to see how we are evolving and growing on and off the pitch. Becoming a club, like I said earlier, means getting everyone pulling in the same direction. It means giving our fans and members a sense of belonging to the club and giving them a voice. It means making the Dash and the Academy and every aspect of the club equally as important as the Dynamo first team. It means a culture change in who we are and how we operate day in and day out. Stu, our vision is to be a globally respected football club and to elevate Houston as the leading soccer market in America. But before we can accomplish the first part of that, we have to achieve the second part. A major focal point in this whole effort is to do just that. We have to connect to the city and the community. We don't want to be the soccer team that plays in Houston. We want to be Houston's team.
You want to sign me again?
Absolutely.
Now that's a great point that John makes about being Houston's team. And while the football club is more than the crest, it's the first thing people see, and also the first thing that everybody's going to talk about. For a little bit more insight on what went into that, I'd like to bring in the Chief Marketing Officer for the club, Katie SCALLAN. Katie, nice to see you. First of all, on behalf of, I hope, all the people out there, but also myself and my former teammates that I've talked to, thank you for keeping the orange. As you can see, it is a very big part of both of those crests, and the Space City Blue in the Houston Dash is still there, and adding championship silver above the Dynamo to remind everybody about the two MLS Cups back in the day. The hexagon is certainly unique. Why did the club feel it was really important to keep that?
We wanted to make a strong statement about the club and its growth over the last 16 years, and a hexagon is such a strong shape. It's something that has ties to both the Houston and soccer communities, and while we looked at a ton of different shapes and ideas, we landed on the hexagon because we felt it was a great look for both teams. So let's take a look in greater detail here.
Now, I absolutely love the synergy of the two looks. They're really strong, not only on their own, but paired up as well. And we'll have a detailed look at both of the logos on our interactive digital experience that will be live right here on holditdownfc.com when we are done. But Katie, let's talk about how the culture of this city, the beautiful city of Houston, influenced you when it came to this project.
Well, Stu, as you know, Houston is such a unique city. And as such, we wanted everything about the club to represent this city, a place where everyone can be someone. I mean, we put a man on the moon, for goodness sakes. So we are a city with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder because living here is not easy. But when you're from here, you're proud of it. We always come together for each other, just like we did for Rita, Ike, and Harvey. And as a city, we're stronger together. And that evolution is what we really wanted to represent, who and what we are. Since the beginning, our club has drawn strength from this city, and we wanted to reflect that.
Now, I loved hearing that Houston is so well represented in this new brand, as well as the meaning behind it. To take a deeper dive into the culture of the club and the city, make sure you check out the virtual experience right here at holditdownfc.com immediately following this show. And Katie, one of the things I've been fascinated about is the process behind all of this, the logo, the club structure, the presentation. You have been at it since 2018. That is 2 years of your life.
Absolutely. You know, certainly there were a lot of steps in this process, as John mentioned, and it did start in 2018. We looked at the logo, we looked at the name, we looked at the colors, and nothing was off the table. You know, we did focus groups with fans, and after that, there was one thing we all agreed upon. Orange, Dynamo, and Dash were all synonymous with Houston, and they had to stay. We worked with both outside agencies and our internal creative staff, who, by the way, are all from Houston originally, and they've called it home their entire lives. We finally landed on the two logos you saw earlier. We chose to work with a minority-owned agency based right here in Houston, Texas, Ninth Wonder. The team at Ninth Wonder, as well as our internal creative guys, created the look of the club, the synergy of the hexagons that really represents Houston, and that was the most important thing to us. We know how much this club loves Houston, and how much Houston loves this club. Our job is to deepen and strengthen that bond. And we really think that visually we've taken a big step towards doing so.
Well, it's so great to see the city of Houston so well represented in this. And one of the things that stood out to me when we talked last was that the scarf, albeit maybe a little bit controversial, it's out, and, wait for it, something like this, the bandana, it is in. What went into that?
So scarves are obviously the traditional item for soccer. But if you take a step back, it's largely influenced by European leagues. And because it's cold there, their weather dictates it. You go to New York, you go to Seattle, Boston, wherever, you need a scarf. Everybody has one. So it's just a matter of branding it with your team. That's not the case.
Not the case in Houston. You do not need a scarf in Houston.
No. So we took inspiration from our supporters, and they wear them in the stands all the time. And what you'll see when you look around town is people of all walks of life have bandanas. Some wear them as hair ties.
I've tried that before. It doesn't work so well.
Yeah, no? Okay. Some wear them in their back pocket, like you had earlier, just to wipe sweat off their brow. And yet, nowadays, some wear them as a face mask. They can also be used as rally towels, which we're really excited because that's something we'll be incorporating into our game experience. Hold Up Your Scarf is really stationary. We want something that gets our fans active, moving, engaged in the game time interaction. And a bandana, getting it going, can do just that.
Kind of like this. Am I doing it right?
There you go. I like it.
Hold it down, H-Town. Let's go. Thanks to Katie for walking us through everything that went into this. And you can get your own Dynamo or Dash bandana and all your other gear featuring the new crests on holditdownfc.com. You'll also be able to explore the new look for the club with additional video content. Be sure to sign up for our Dynamo and Dash 365 priority waitlist while you're there. Now, Katie was absolutely right. Scarves in Houston, they just don't match, especially when it's 1,000 degrees with humidity in July. You're jumping, you're chanting, you're screaming for your team. That's why the bandana is a thing of beauty, because you can wear it as a face mask, you can wear it as a hair accessory, you can put it in your pocket, but also, as I bring in Club President John Walker, you could rock it so beautifully as a pocket square, something I might do on my next broadcast. Now, John, we haven't really talked about this yet, but can you talk to me about ownership's role and what they played as part of this process?
Sure, Stu. I talk to members of our ownership group just about every day on some topic, and their support through this process has been fantastic. Gabriel Brenner, Ben Gwill, Jake Silverstein, Oscar De La Hoya, and even James Harden has been a part of it. You know, they've given us all ideas, they've pushed us, they've challenged us on many facets of it, but they've really assisted Katie and her team to get it to the finish line. So we couldn't be happier with their support through this whole thing and moving this club into an exciting new direction.
Well, we had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Brenner and James Harden not so long ago to talk to them about where Houston Dynamo FC is headed.
I was just so excited about joining the organization, but now I think I just really made a great decision. And as far as us and how powerful we can be and how on the ride we really are, being creative, being innovative, creating a different logo, the connection that we're building with our fans, it's in the right direction. I'm so excited to be a part of it.
We believe that it's not so much of a rebrand, but it's more of a refreshing of our image, the image that we want to show to our fan base and for years to come. The Dynamo, the Dash, the brands are still the same, the colors are still the same, but we're more of a modern look for 2021 and beyond.
So the ultimate goal is to build our club up, make it more successful on and off the field. Houston is a very authentic city. They're very genuine, very passionate about their teams. That connection is very authentic, and you can't beat that.
When the team was relocated to Houston, it was just a soccer team playing football in Houston. Today we're not just a soccer team. Today we're a whole organization with an academy, with a training facility, with a stadium, the men's team, the women's team. So we're really a football club in any stretch of the imagination. We are going to be here to represent the city first and foremost, that nobody's going to be bigger than the club itself, no matter if it's the owner or it's the player or it's the coaching staff. Nobody's bigger than the club.
This club is no different than the rest of the city. We hold it down for each other, and we got each other back. Swag.
What an exciting day we have had here in the city of Houston. It is always so great to get back here, and personally, it was awesome to be asked to be a part of this for a team that has meant so much to me, to see us growing into a club that offers so much for the city of Houston. Well, right now is that time that you should be going to holditdownfc.com. There will be an interactive experience that takes you inside BBVA Stadium, where you can watch all the videos that you've seen here today, as well as some new ones. You can also take a deep dive into the new crest for both teams, find info on the 2021 season tickets, which is just around the corner, and links to the online merchandise shops, as well as the locations of pop-up shops and other retailers around the city of Houston where you can get this wonderful gear. Go ahead and bookmark that page, because later tonight, H-Town's own Trey the Truth will debut his newest single right here on this site. You do not want to miss that. A big thank you to Gabriel Brenner, to James Harden, John Walker, Katie SCALLAN, and everybody with the Houston Dynamo Football Club. Sounds great, doesn't it? For making this happen. We hope you're as excited as we are about the future of this club. Now, make sure you check out that interactive experience on holditdownfc.com. I'm not going to tell you again. Go out there, get your gear, rock it with pride, and as always, H-Town, hold it down, baby.